But anyway, while the means to the end are sort of less than positive, the end to that is actually has been wonderful. You know, I want to go on record to apologize for last week, everybody.
We buried the lead on that one.
I let myself go, and
that
Cheetahman just happened to be in the room last week, and I let loose on him.
Going because you were by the end of last week, you were an Alex Jones-esque screaming lunatic.
It was the I think it was
you got
being
into
confronted.
it with Marty Mountains.
Yeah.
You guys had a real a one-on-one.
He was obviously lying. You know, he was obviously lying, and honestly, while I don't agree with the sort of expression of my feelings towards him, I do agree with the passion with which I attacked a lead.
You are involuntarily crumpling that paper up in your hand.
I am. It is voluntary. I'm doing this on purpose because if I don't do this, one of you guys is going to get something to the face. And listen, it has really helped me.
What to the face?
Something. Look around you. Look around you.
Okay, well, I see a few cinder blocks strapped up above us now.
I'm just saying, would you prefer me crumple up this paper or cut the cord and let a cinder block fall?
I see a giant boxing glove attached to some sort of spring mechanism.
Yeah, it's a comical trap.
And then there's another one in the other corner of a nun who looks like she's ready to punch me as well.
Yeah, it's the same trap dressed up like a nun.
Well, I'm glad that me and you put our beef to rest. I mean, we obviously, the whole school knows and the entire town knows that after last week's episode...
shoot, that reminds me. I'm resting some raw beef right now.
oh, no.
I'll get it afterward.
Okay.
Sorry.
You're resting it?
I'm resting it, yes. So, instead of cooking it and letting it rest, I took it out out of the refrigerator.
And you let it sit and
I'm bringing it to room
raw.
temperature.
Right,
yes.
okay.
Ugh, cold beef, yuck.
Yucky.
You want some room temp beef.
Yeah, exactly.
Obviously, the entire school and town knows that after last week's recording, me and you took it outside into the parking lot.
We did.
Parking lot. And we had 3 rounds of a fight.
Right? Yeah. I appreciate
no holds barred,
and I appreciate the work.
match.
I appreciate the work of the shop kids to set that ring up as quickly as they did.
Yeah, and I also want to give a shout out to Mankind for coming in and doing Sacco.
That's right. Mick Foley was here, and he did Sacco on both of us just for fun.
Because as our listeners know, last week, Cheetahman, my star runner on my track team,
He was exposed.
Well,
An alleged cheetah dressed as a Jewish boy.
An alleged cheetah dressed as a Jewish boy. He was obviously a Jewish boy who was my best runner, not a cheetah I met on the savannah when I was living there as an ostrich. But Cheetah was an attempt to protect me. You were screaming last week. Cheetahman came in here. You choked him out. And off came his disguise.
His little boy disguise.
His little boy disguise of those glasses with a nose.
And a mustache.
And a mustache. And a yarmulke came off. And he was exposed as an actual cheetah. And
which really, I was behind you, and I was flabbergasted.
It shook you to your core.
I could not believe that young Jewish boy who was just running circles around kids...
Because later that night, we were planning on doing his bar mitzvah.
That's right.
I still wasn't convinced. I thought maybe it's just a boy who wears glasses and doesn't like his nose. But when that circumcised penis fell off, and I saw he was an uncircumcised, it was not a circumcised boy's penis, but an uncircumcised cheetah penis.
Yeah, that took me 6 weeks to make it Color Me Mine, that uncircumcised penis. I put it on the shelf and I would return every night. Making a mold of an uncircumcised penis. It was obviously a mold of you-know-who's penis, Mr. Weatherman's.
Well, what can I say?
I snuck in and I did a plaster of Paris mold.
So to mold a little boy's penis, you use Mr. Weatherman's.
That's right.
I needed a circumcised small penis.
So he got one of me when I was asleep.
I plaster of Paris him.
I was asleep.
And
like
you were
I
plastered also.
I was plastered, and I plaster of Paris you.
I was asleep like I always am, face down on a table with a hole in it. And he was able to just come take a bucket full of plaster and hold it up.
I held it up.
Were you sleeping clothed or in flagrante?
La flagrante.
La flagrante, of course.
La flagrante, obviously French for in the nude. Anyway, you exposed him. He was immediately kicked out of the school. Well, after we had our no holds barred cage match where Miss Mankind, when I won, I was allowed back into the school.
The rules were set.
The rules were set by the principal.
Mid-cage match by the principal. He said, all right, if this is going to happen, which it looks like it is, holds are not being barred, we got to set up some stakes.
Yeah.
And he said, if...
Not your stakes, obviously, Mr. Weatherman. We're not going to set up your stakes.
Yeah, no, nobody wants those.
He said if Mr. Cravey wins, he gets to stay.
Yep.
And if Mr. Cravey loses, he has to leave.
Right.
There will be no consequences for Mr. Levis.
Thank God, because I'm a terrible fighter. You saw me.
Well, I think he knew that you had some dirt on him.
I'll say this: if he didn't then, he should know now. Henderson, I've got all the dirt in the world on you. I got enough dirt to dig 3 tunnels on you.
Wow,
brother.
that's a straight up threat. Which will be aired this week, and he will know. Well, luckily, I was allowed back into the school, and obviously, my star track player is gone. So I don't know how I'm going to deliver on my promise, which
I'll
was
say
to
this.
promise the school that I will take the track team.
You've
from
got
worst to
10
first.
other kids. You've got 10 other kids on that team that you have neglected all year.
Yes, well, I will say from worst to first and last to fast, and we all know that. All right.
I did walk in here. You were here a little early, and I got in, and you were ending a phone call, and you said, all right, I'll talk to you later, Barry Bonds.
Yeah.
Yes. And I was...
well, that was obviously... I couldn't get a hold of Daryl Strawberry.
Yeah, you were talking to Daryl's Strawberries for a while.
Daryl's Strawberries, of course, the strawberry patch outside of town. Well, I was looking for some steroids.
So you went to the person who's a notable cocaine addict.
Steroids. I was looking for some steroids.
And you went to Daryl Strawberry, who's a notable cocaine addict.
Yes, and he did give me some cocaine. Obviously, I went to John Smoltz.
You went to Smoltz? You went to Smoltz after him?
I went from Strawberry.
Were you trying to get mustache cream?
Well,
you were going for the smallest,
I went through all the players I know. Daryl Strawberry, John Smoltz, that guy who's got the mullet from Texas and he throws a mean fastball.
Randy Johnson.
Randy Johnson. What's his nickname?
He is the big unit or the unit?
The unit. I called up the unit. David Justice I called. Fred McGriff. All of the
Crime Dog.
All of the early 90s Braves. But I did get a hold of Bonds, and let's just say I got some steroids and I'm giving it to my team. Let's just say that.
Let's just say that.
Let's say that, and we'll leave it at that.
Yeah. We'll just leave it at I have steroids and I'm giving them to all my team.
Well, and if you were worried about Cheetahman being gone, I do want to say that I've been working with him a little bit, and he's not gone forever.
What do you mean?
Let's just say we'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
Oh, I think what he's saying is he put
Cheetahman's in the danger
water
zone
like an alligator, and if people fall out, Cheetahman eats them.
Hold on, Cheetahman's in the moat around the danger zone?
Exactly. Cheetahman is in the moat around the danger zone.
Let's just say that.
If any parents fall into that
Make sure you speak in code. Let's just say.
Let's just say that if any parents fall into the moat, they'll be eaten by, again, let's just say a cheetah.
Well, it seems like this school has gone absolutely nuts.
I have a question. What's the food situation in the danger zone? Do you have any use for 200 pounds of warm sashimi-grade tuna?